the New Zealand Billiards and Snooker Association, in association with the Southland Billiards and Snooker Association, bring you a very special exhibition match of two of the finest exponents of the game this country has seen in recent years. Breaking is Dean Okane, of course, the only professional, New Zealand professional on the world circuit at the moment, and has had two appearances at the Crucible in world finals. And he takes on New Zealand's current amateur champion in the picture, Daniel Hainga, who has just successfully defended his national title in Gisborne just a few weeks ago. With me in the commentary box for these frames is an executive from the Southland Billiards and Snooker Association, also the local billiards champion and the host for this entire tour, Ron Wilson. Good evening.
Good evening.
Just as we watch Dean Okane get underway, could you give us a brief rundown of the matchups you've seen on the tour so far?
Well, the two players in question have played two matches so far at Hornby and Christchurch on Tuesday night, the 1st of August. They actually played a best of 7 there. Daniel got out to a 3-2 lead after 5, and then unfortunately seemed to lose his way, and Dean got on top and won 4-3. They went on to Oamaru the next night, and on that occasion Daniel was no match. He went down 3-1.
First points on the board to Daniel Hainga, who defeated his father in a gruelling encounter in the New Zealand Championships. I think it was some 6 hours in duration, winning in the last frame.
And a match that could have gone either way, believe me. Both wanted to win desperately. Harry's won the New Zealand Championship twice before and had been to the final 6 times. Daniel, of course, wanted to make it 3 in a row and did so.
Referee for tonight's match, Mr. Dick Ryan.
Playing on a table especially erected for the occasion. Brand new cloth, of course. Brand new cloths don't react exactly the way the players want. For a while they need a wee bit of settling in time, so occasionally they show a wee bit of disappointment the way the balls react off the cushions, maybe.
Daniel off to a good start in this frame.
He's a particularly determined young man. What he really wants to do on this trip is actually beat Daniel at least once. And,
20.
With the tournament coming up in the weekend, I think that he's eyeing that opportunity as maybe the time.
21. 28.
See the look of determination on his face.
Daniel, 28.
Slightly out of position. Pick up the red, but solid start from the young man.
He'll be endeavouring to give Dean as little opportunity as possible.
We saw in some warm-up games against the local club players potting prowess of Okane. Couldn't have it off opportunity.
Yes, the 8 players had a start of 600 points. 500 points rather, sorry. And failed rather miserably to get there.
Perhaps this is the chance Dean was looking for.
Yes, you don't have to give them many chances. 1 or 2 is usually enough.
Six. Seven.
These reds look quite handy, Ron, for compiling a break.
Yes, he only really needs 1 or 2 out in the open to continue the break, and then he just keeps on whittling away the ones
14.
surrounding the edges of the bunch there. Positional play is the secret. He's an exponent at it. There's a typical example of just what I was talking about.
22. $23.
Just missed the pack. That's unfortunate. Trying to split them up there, Ron.
30.
Yeah, I think he was trying to grab, hit that end ball on the right there. He just missed it by a whisker.
See the amount of work that the top players put on the ball by the curvature.
It's what they call cue power. Very few players
Dean,
possess
30.
that ability to get the ball to do some of the things that Dean's doing here tonight.
And it's a big difference too between cue power and just hitting the ball hard.
Certainly, it's all timing of the stroke. Daniel opting for a bit more safety rather than the risky pot there.
Dean also playing safe.
No option there, I don't think. So now he's got a touching ball, which means he can play away.
And of course he's trying to keep the pack between the white or the cue ball and the red at the top left hand corner.
Yes. You get the feeling in this instance the next one that gets in and starts potting a couple of balls is going to take this frame.
Very courageous option by Okane, but it had it covered if it didn't drop.
What they call a shot to nothing. Bit of safety involved with the same time trying to pot the other red up the end.
One.
Left himself a difficult pot on perhaps the black into the...
Particularly with the red so exposed now.
He has to make this.
Fail.
Most unfortunate.
Daniel 1, Dean 7.
And this has really opened the door for Dean with the reds over the top pocket.
Yes. Unfortunate occurrence for Daniel there.
One.
Dean's possibly playing his
6.
last year in the English professional circuit this year. The season actually starts, I think, at the end of August.
That's right. It's not that he's particularly old. I think around about 37. But he's been on the professional circuit for nearly 20 years.
Yes.
7.
His ranking has slipped somewhat in recent times to 96. At one stage there in the late 80s, I think he was provisionally number 11 and had an official ranking of 16.
14.
Twice reached the quarterfinal stages
50.
of the World Champs.
Certainly put snooker on the map for New Zealanders. Unprecedented interest in that
22.
first year where he played Mount Joy and Cliff Thorburn, if I remember correctly, in the first couple of rounds. Beat both those players.
Yes, he's had many notable victories in ranking tournaments in the
23.
UK, having beaten 8 world champions at some stage or other in tournament play. Including Mark Williams, the reigning world
27.
champion. Stephen Hendry, who we all know.
Dean 27. Dean is 64. Daniel is 29.
Yes, he's certainly got his back to the wall in this frame now. With 43 on the table, he's really needs it to take the lot here.
Try with long periods away from the table. Comes to your turn. Pressure on the shot, you've got to make it. Again, a half chance that Okane doesn't take advantage of.
Luckily, the ball's run relatively safe. And I think Daniel will be forced to run away for safety himself and wait for his opportunity later in the frame. Wasn't exactly what he wanted.
And is it?
Well, sometimes these players go for the red you least expect them to.
Choice for Daniel here, fairly straightforward on this occasion. And that you wouldn't see too often.
Foul and a miss. 10-4.
I think a wee bit of side was put on the shot and it, on the new cloth, it slipped away on him and drifted a bit further than he wanted.
Situation, Dean had the option to ask
One.
Daniel to play it again, but of course given it's sitting over the pocket, he elected to play it himself.
Yes, I don't think Daniel need to stand up again in this frame.
Six. Dean 6
Frame
and
conceded.
frame.
So the first frame in our series of 5 is to Dean Okane. Comfortable winner on this occasion. We'll take a break and back with the second frame. And frame 2 of that exhibition match can be seen on next week's edition of Monday Night Sports. So we'll show all the frames, and then in subsequent weeks an exclusive interview with Dean Okane about his life as a snooker professional. And one change, of course, to the commentary. You may have picked it up. Okane featured in 3 finals at the Crucible so far in his career. And isn't the Southland CD Club a fine venue for such a tournament? That should give you a free drink.